Everyone, the Crafty Tillier here. I am bringing you a little girl that I have done over the past 3 weeks, I think. And this is a borrower full set. So I am actually giving a small diorama box with her. It's so wonderful. I loved doing this. So I basically took all the inside and re-papered it and gave all these postage stamps and things like that just made me so happy. And she does fit in here with all of the accessories that I did make. So I am just so happy of how it turned out. I used references from Studio Ghibli's Arrietty and the 1998 The Borrowers movie as well. So this is based on a book by Mary Norton, and it had, I would say, 5 to 7 to 10 books in the whole series, something like that. And I just love them as a kid. And yeah, that's why I went and did this one as my first full set to be available for sale. It comes with a diorama right from the get-go. And so you can take pictures and just straight from the box. So here I am doing her eyes. And what I did was I took the DIY kind of snap together eyes I got from AliExpress. I took it and I pushed in to make the round indent to make sure that I am getting the full iris. So all I did was use my colored pencils, my watercolor pencils, and just shaded them how I wanted to. I did a few different ones, and I wound up showing you which ones I did make with the DIY clip and go kind of eyes in the next set. So I really liked doing this just because it was really fast. It was really simple. I did have to glue the clear part onto the eye at some point for some of them, like you see here. And I just waited for the glue to dry, that's all. So this one was my first attempt at watercolor, and I thought it was pretty good. But I liked how the pencils looked a little bit better. I did get some DIY eyes with the pupil, and I got some without the pupil. Which eyes have been your favorite? I think my favorite are the green, the purple, and the blue. I really do like the teal ones as well, but I think we're going to go with the blue ones for this girl just because of her wig. So here I am all set up, and I am so ready. So this is the first layer. As you guys know, I get really anxious about doing the first layer on camera. So I always do the first layer off camera just in case I need to wipe it and start again, because I usually do that sometimes. I wipe it and I have to start all over again multiple times. So instead of wasting space on my camera, I just do that. So I get a pretty good feel after the first layer of what I want to do. So right here, I'm just trying to make some of a shadow where the eye bag would be on this doll, and I think it turned out pretty well. I think me not doing that in the past has given it kind of a one dimension instead of like a multi-dimensional kind of 3D look. So I think I'm going to do a little bit more shading on the ones in the future and just kind of give a little bit more realistic bags underneath the eyes. I know I do like the semi-realism, so I like to be a little bit cartoonish, but I also like to be very realistic, such as skin blemishes, texture on the skin, freckles, what have you. So this is how the shading looks. I did add some blue in the corners of the eyes as well, and near the temples. So I am also shading her eyebrows. I'm just blocking it in right now. That's how I do all my eyebrows, is I just block them in, and then I take my kneaded eraser, and then that's how I carve out the structure of the eyebrow that I'm looking for. This one turned out a little bit more graphic, and I'm okay with that. I think it's actually pretty cool. There is like a little divot that I make like near the front of her eyebrow, the beginning of it. And I think it's kind of cool. So her eyebrows don't end up looking like that. I do make it so her eyebrows are a bit more bushy. It just looked better bushy. So this part is just more of a reference than anything. I tried to work along with it, but the bushiness just worked a little bit better in the end. So I will be doing the individual strands in a later layer, but this one just helps me block in the expression, which is very neutral. I think for this sculpt, this Lia sculpt, I think is very sultry, very pouty along those lines, more so than very overly joyous or anything like that. So, I mean, if I was a borrower, I guess I'd be a little bit pouty too. Just kind of going off the scraps of human beings. So I don't know. That's just kind of how I was thinking about her. I didn't want to make her overly sad because she wasn't just sad. It was just kind of pouty about things, about her life and that kind of thing. So I did use some Pearl X powders, some mica powder to just shine up her face. I wanted to give, that ethereal look because I do like this glittery powder, mica powder, and I just love it for all of my dolls. I really do. I like the matte look. Sometimes I like this look better just because it's just a preference for me. I just like how the sheen gives it this really cute, ethereal look. I mean, she's a borrower, so she's, supposed to be folkloric kind of thing. So the next thing is I am going to do some freckles and some face texture. I wanted to give her lots and lots of freckles because honestly, I didn't care for the first wig I made. So I wanted to make her a red wig after watching the 1998 borrowers. I rewatched it with my husband and all of the borrowers had red hair. All of them, they had like this orangish red hair. So I gave her a wig that matched her freckles. So all I'm doing here is I messed up and globbed it on. I am just taking it off with a Q-tip that has been dabbed in water. And these are watercolor paints that will come right off. So here I am. I'm just dabbing on a few smaller ones that I feel need to go in certain places. And I think it just pulled the look together. I do clean it up a little bit more off camera near the temples. As you can see, there's a big glob right there next to my finger. I do clean that up. So I just love how she turned out. The face texture, the freckles, just, I love it. Love it so much. So especially with her orange red hair that I made her, this is going to be perfect. She's going to look fantastic. The next thing I did was give her eyelashes. I did this so many times because I hated how they looked. And I was watching a video from Moonlight Jewel and she did hers upside down. So I tried it and it worked. So I just flipped the head upside down off camera because at this point I had been frustrated. So yeah, I did them off camera and did a different technique than I did here. And I think they turned out pretty good. I did give her a few on top just to kind of fill out the lashes that I will put on later with glue. So I think it filled out really well. And I think she looks so cute. I give her a little bit of lip line, just to give a little bit of wrinkle and some texture to her lips. Here you can see off camera as I was doing her lashes, I did do her brows. So those are all filled in now. And she's almost done for the most part. So all I have to do is some gloss and I will get her dressed and I will show you everything else. So I'm making a new wig. I decided I didn't like the old one and I rewatched The Borrowers, the 1998 version with John Goodman, and I found that all of the borrowers, it seemed like most of them, if not all of them, had orangish red hair. I don't know why, I don't know why, but they all did. So I am going to do this orange, and I did a few refs with red orange and then a few black because I want the black to be on the very bottom. So I am remaking this wig real quick. I just finished the face up and yeah, let's get to it. This is how she turned out. So her wig, oh my gosh, I love it, love it, love it. Probably one of my best wigs I've ever done. I also gave her 2 outfits to choose from. This one is just a cute little sundress that she kind of picked up some fabric off the ground in the sewing room of her Beans house. I also gave her a little trinket belt. It's got a big pin on it, and it's got some little trinkets that she's found, just kind of strewn on the floor here and there, and she treasures it. The second outfit here is made from an old handkerchief, and I made her an apron and a dress. So the apron can go either on either or dress. Her booty's a bit big and she's a bit curvy, so I had to put a corset-like drawstring in the back just to close up that hole where her booty is. So she is going to be getting these blue eyes. I think they're so lovely and they pop so much with her freckles and the orange hair. Oh, it's so cute and beautiful. I just love it. And I also made her a little underwear, so a little lace underwear with a magnet closure because the magnet is superior, I think, to buttons. But again, that's debatable. So I have some yellow straps for her boots. I made her some stockings, and these boots are made from yarn and leather, like the pleather, and the yarn is supposed to be some sort of like duster that she found. And so she placed it on her boots so she doesn't leave footprints when she walks inside the house. So here's her body. She is in cream white, and this is the Lia sculpt. This is her face up. Woohoo! So cute. Then she's got some other little trinkets. So let's get her dressed, and I will leave you to the final pictures and video, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button, and if you would like to see more, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. Thank you all so much. I will talk to you later. Bye.